looks like Cindy Carlson, Senator Carlson, will be presenting. Welcome to committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did not hear what you said previously, so had no idea if you had called me yet. So I am Senator Cindy Carlson, District 7. We are grateful and excited to be here to present House Concurrent Resolution 2. Today is the National Girls and Women's Day in Sports. It seems fitting to present this resolution to this committee on this unique day. We are celebrating the courage of our Boise State women's volleyball team for their stance refusing to play against San Jose State, part of the Mountain West Conference, but who also was playing with a male on their team. With me is Representative Barbara Ehardt, who has championed the Fairness in Women's Sports Act, not just in Idaho, but across the nation. I'd like to turn the rest of the time over to her.
Thank you, Senator. Representative Ehardt, this is right in your wheelhouse, isn't it?
It is. I am representing Barbara Ehardt from District 33, which essentially is Bonneville County. Mr. Chairman, good committee, thank you. It is in my wheelhouse. And, I was involved in part of that process. We do have Boise State here just to listen. They've been incredibly supportive, obviously. And let me just start before I get in a couple of key points just to point out. Riley Gaines had wanted to be here. She testified via Zoom with us on the House side. Had been planning this, but silly me, I forgot this being National Girls and Women's Day in Sports, that today President Trump will be signing an executive order in regards to this. Riley Gaines is there. I do believe our governor is there. He was incredibly supportive of all of this and instrumental in, I would say, in the things that happened and went forward. And so what we'd like to do, and just so we can keep it on the record and also share with all of you, is just quickly, not to take up too much of your time, but just recount a little bit of what happened. As the good senator pointed out, that the Mountain West, as what's happened in many conferences in the NCAA, ended up in one of our major sports, volleyball, with a male playing on the team. And that's not fair to women. It's also very dangerous. Volleyball being one of those, one of my friends, Peyton McNabb, played high school volleyball. You might have heard of her 2 years ago, where she got hit by a male volleyball player in high school, knocked her out, brain bleed, paralyzed part of her body, et cetera, et cetera. So it is a very dangerous thing to be playing against a male who also typically plays on a net 7 inches higher. Title IX was passed in 1972, and it was definitely something that prohibited sex-based discrimination. You should know that back in prior to 1972, 1 in 27 girls participated in high school sports, and since Title IX went into effect, 2 in 5 girls play, which is almost 1,000% increase. And at the collegiate level, that's an increase of 545%. It's amazing and astounding. September 28th. Boise State first decided, that was their first game against San Jose State, and decided that they would not play at San Jose State, and they canceled that game. Everybody wondered what would happen November 21st with their second game here in Boise when San Jose State was to come here. But if you were following anything, Governor put out an interesting tweet saying he knew what would happen, because this summer he did an executive order, of which I was happy to be part of, basically saying we would not be in Idaho, we'd not be competing against men. But here's the kicker, my friends, the real courage that I believe Boise State, and why we want to honor our Boise State women, came the third time. No other member in the conference forfeited a game 3 times. It was Boise State. During the Mountain West tournament, they beat Utah State in the first round. The Mountain West tournament, they didn't have a runaway team. They were all pretty even. So Boise State, I believe, had as much an opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament as anyone else. But it took a heck of a lot of courage and a heck of a lot of integrity for those women and that team, and really the entire Boise State campus, when I say Boise State administration and all, to say, you know what, we're going to stay true to that which we've done. And they decided to forfeit that game. In this resolution, Mr. Chairman, you'll also see, though, as we recount and honor them, the resolution also calls out the Mountain West. It's shameful that Boise State had to go through that. The Mountain West, and this was something, assuming it passes all the way, will be sent to the Mountain West. We also call out the NCAA. We call out Charlie Baker, the NCAA president. Charlie Baker could have put a stop to this, and Charlie Baker has not done that. The other thing that's disturbing is right before Christmas, Charlie Baker was before one of the Senate committees, and it's just kind of funny for me to think of what Senator Kennedy told him, but if you don't mind my saying, Senator Kennedy told him he needed to go on Amazon and buy himself a spine. It was during this that once again, Charlie Baker, NCAA President Charlie Baker, essentially said that he's waiting for direction from the federal government. But what I'd purport to tell him and what we say in here, you've received direction from 25 states. 25 states have told you what to do. It's time to get with it. So as much as anything, this kind of unique, we do resolutions, I think a lot, but this is one that I definitely think is near and dear to my heart, took a heck of a lot of courage, and I appreciate you, Mr. Chairman, being willing to take it up. I also want to make clear to everybody that you were waiting on me, that we thought this would be a good day to bring it on National Girls and Women's Day in Sports. And I don't know that there are questions. But if I could, since I couldn't get Riley Gaines, I do have a mother of a player with me, and because I know you're not really taking testimony, so she's going to be part of our group, if that's okay, whose daughter played, and she just wanted to share with you a couple of her thoughts.
Actually, we will be taking
Oh,
testimony.
you will be taking
Yeah.
testimony. Please forgive me then. I'd misunderstood that. So if there are questions, I'd certainly answer them, but I think I probably have covered everything that's in there.
Yeah, don't see any questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman,